I am DYANAROZAY, and I bring a unique commentary to your favorite reality TV shows and whatever is popping on social media. If you are not a subscriber, please become one. Hit that notification bell too, that way you don't miss any of my videos. I go by DYANAROZAY on all platforms, and I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me. What's up, Supreme Team? Welcome to the channel. It's your girl, DYANAROZAY, and I'm here to bring y'all the latest in news and reality TV tea. Y'all see the artwork? We are talking about Martell Holt, who has been granted a third reprieve, child. I'm going to tell you guys all about it and then some, so stick around for that. We are talking about Larsa Pippen, who keep catching these young men in her web, child. I'm going to talk to you about that because, oh my goodness, Lord have mercy. Somebody's mama has to be upset. We are talking about the game who played around with them courts until he could not play around no more. He is in a crisis, so I'm going to tell y'all what's up with that. And then Miss Angela Oakley, child, her and Shamea exchanged some words on social media. I'm going to give y'all the knit and grit about that and a whole lot more. So stick around for everything. All opinions are alleged, but I'm about to back it up. So let's get to it. Let's start with Larsa Pippen first, you guys. Have your mama, your big mama, an auntie, okay, that used to be in the streets, ever told y'all, don't eat anybody's spaghetti, no one that you just met, okay? In the same way, you're never supposed to leave your drink when you are at the club or, around people you don't know. Don't come back to that drink thinking it's safe, right? Same deal with spaghetti. You're never supposed to eat someone's spaghetti you don't know, okay? Never walk away from your food when you are at a restaurant on a date because somebody might sprinkle some juju in there that might have you acting strange. You know what I'm saying? Doing things out of character, things you would not do. And I have to say, Larsa Pippen is a master at putting things in these young boys' spaghetti, like Jeff Kobe, who is the latest of men to get tangled in her web. Larsa Pippen is the ex-wife of Scottie Pippen, and she's been dating Jeff Kobe for a little while, not even that long. I think maybe a month and a half. Well, already he is talking about marrying Larsa, telling this to the press. And this is exactly what happens when your spaghetti is poison, okay? Somebody put a little sprinkle on it. Anyway, her new man, who is age 31, Larsa is 50 years old, by the way, told paparazzi that he's about to marry her sooner than you think, okay? Put it on him, make him want to marry me. He is singing Rashida all the way down the aisle. This all happened earlier this week when he was asked by the paparazzi in Miami. He said, expect a wedding by the end of 2025. Early 2026, okay? Now, some of y'all may remember Larsa was just in a relationship with Marcus Jordan, son of Michael Jordan, just a few months ago. I think maybe last year they broke up, actually, because I think he was dating somebody and got caught sniffing the powder. But she was dating him, and everybody knows that Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen did not get along. Now, before that relationship, I remember there was all kinds of rumors about maybe her hitting up little Bronny James, son of LeBron and Savannah. Okay, and Savannah put the kibosh on that and said, absolutely not. She'll never put her fingers on my son. Okay, I hear you, Savannah. Before that, though, there was Future, the rapper, and he was in love with Larsa. He actually came out and said that Larsa broke his heart. And it was Scottie Pippen who put the kibosh on that because he said, listen, we're going through a divorce. You got me out here looking stupid like you left me for this little, you know what? You know what I'm saying? So he told her that if she don't break that relationship off, he was going to cut her off financially. He wasn't going to give her a penny. Child, what? Which made her run over to OnlyFans, and she claims she sells her, pictures of her feet on OnlyFans. Child, and she said she made hundreds of thousands to do it. Okay. Now her castmates over there on Real Housewives of Miami, they all looked at her with their eyebrows lifted, like, girl, please. Nobody on the show believes her. I don't believe her. But yeah. However, she is getting these young men to put a ring on it. Maybe she can write a book about it, child, and help others. I don't know. I like I said, I feel like she might be poisoning the spaghetti. Tell your sons or daughters, all of them, tell them not to eat the spaghetti. That's all I can tell you. No, don't eat these spaghetti, okay? All right, let's move on. Congratulations are in order to Rihanna and ASAP Rocky. They're expecting their third baby. Okay. They were out there at the Met last night, dressed in their dandy, super fine, tailored clothing. Child, they look good. And Rihanna exposed her baby bump, letting the public know that, after Rocky was found not guilty, they got busy and a baby is on the way. So congratulations to them. This will be their third. They have two boys, and I think she said she wanted a girl, but of course she just wants a healthy baby. But y'all talk to me in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about that. And let me give y'all an update on Lynn Price, the owner of the Turkey Leg Hut, child. He's in even more trouble, okay? This time, Fed level trouble. Fed is claiming that Lynn Price, owner of the Turkey Hut, was allegedly transporting Lala from California to Houston and selling it through his restaurant. Okay. So he's already in jail for arson. There was a restaurant that burned down, him and three people that was named, but there's actually more. So he's in jail for that, and more charges are coming his way. This time they're saying that he was selling the Lala out of his restaurant. This is out of Houston, by the way. He's facing more serious allegations from the FBI. According to the Houston Chronicles, the feds believe that Lynn Price not only hired men to burn down his former business partner's business, so that's all envy, greed, jealousy, dirty work, but he was also transporting and selling the weeds out of his restaurant. The shocking claims came forward as the FBI was trying to convince a judge that Price did not deserve bail after he was arrested for arson. Price allegedly paid the men $1,400 each to his former partners to burn down his former partner's restaurant, Bar 5015. A lot of people told me when I reported on the arson, a lot of people said they used to go to 5015, the Houston subscribers, and they said that that was probably one of the best restaurants ever. They said they loved that restaurant, but it burned down to the ground back in 2020. But yeah, the FBI claimed that Price was also doing trafficking, selling weeds out of his Turkey Leg Hut and other restaurants at the same location, the Daiquiri Hut being one. He also owned something called the Oyster Hut. Anyway, Special Agent Deborah Klein said that one of the men who Price hired for the arson of 5015, Bar 5015, confessed that he would also move the weeds from California to Houston. So he's looking for a lighter sentence, and he snitched. He said that he was the one responsible for transporting that particular narcotic from California to Houston. In order for Price to sell it out of the restaurant, he sold it in bags labeled with the Turkey Hut logo. Oh my gosh. He claimed that there was almost 1,000 pounds of the sticky icky, and it was stored at the restaurant. The restaurant was protected by security 24 hours, 7 days a week, which was part of the reason why the narcotic was stored there. Good gravy. Although there is no evidence that Price was directly involved with this hand-to-hand transaction, they are saying that he was the orchestrator and that that was something he did to keep his hands clean. Oh Lord, oh Lord. Y'all talk to me in the comments. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all think that that his friend just wants a lighter sentence and might be throwing something on him? Or do y'all know better? Okay, a lot of y'all live in Houston. Y'all be y'all tell a lot of stuff in them comments. So talk to me now too. Let me know what y'all think about that. All right, let's talk Smokey Robinson. Oh my goodness. He is the latest to be accused of SA and all kinds of other vile things, child. He is a old school R&B singer. A lot of people may remember the song Cruisin' that came off an album called Where There's Smoke. How clever is that? Where There's Smoke. Anyway, D'Angelo remade it. That used to be my hit, Cruisin', okay? Anyway, this man is in trouble, 85 years old. And listen, we were talking about Bill Cosby the other day. Well, it turns out that Smokey Robinson in his twilight, okay, his golden years, is also being accused of SAing 4 former employees. And one woman claimed that the abuse went on for damn near 2 decades, okay? So they filed in court today, May 6th, in a Los Angeles Superior Court, and they are being referred to as Jane Doe 1 through 4, okay? So I'm going to tell you guys what is being alleged here. So Jane Doe 1 today went into court, made some charges, and all of these are people that work for him, for Smokey Robinson. She said that the abuse, the SAing, started back in March of 2023. He's 85 years old now, so -2. His birthday was when? Let me see. February 19th, he had a birthday. So yeah, he would have been 83 at the time this happened. When she said March of 2023 is when the abuse began with her employment. She alleges that Robinson's wife, Frances Robinson, was aware of the misconduct, but turned a blind eye even after prior settlements with other victims. So the wife said nothing, is what she's saying here. This is also very reminiscent of Camille Cosby. There were people who said she knew and that she turned a blind eye to what her husband, Bill Cosby, was doing. Second, Jane Doe said that the abuse started back in 2016 and ultimately forced her to resign her position in 2020. He would have been around 76 in 2016. Y'all better learn how to kick these mofos in the ankles or the knee, the hip, the something. Jane Doe 3 worked as a housekeeper back in 2012 to 2024. She alleges that she was actually raped by Smokey at least 20 times, claiming that he used to make her lay face down on a tile during the incidents. Yikes. And then Jane Doe number 4 states that she was employed by Robinson from 2006 to 2024 and was also forced to resign due to repeated assaults and harassment that allegedly began back in 2007. Huh. Okay, so there you have it, y'all. Listen, this is horrible. This is horrible. Like I said, he's 85 years old. All 4 women filed cases today. I'm not sure if they have the same lawyer. Hold on, let me see. It's not saying they have the same lawyer. Motown legend, Smokey Robinson, but it doesn't matter. I'm sure that they've all connected in some kind of way. Y'all talk to me in the comments. Let me know if this is a shock or no. Okay. I've heard things through the years. I remember my mama in them saying some things, but yeah, talk to me and let me know. Do y'all remember y'all mama saying something or is this shock? Is this a shock? Okay. Let's move on. Okay. Listen, when it rains, it pours, don't it? This is coming out of California as well. The Game. Y'all remember the rapper The Game? He actually lost his California home to an SA accuser over a $7 million debt. Now, some of y'all may remember he was on a show on VH1 or MTV. I think it's VH1 called She's Got Game. And when that show was over, there was a young lady who was a contestant on the show. It was a dating show by the name of Priscilla Rainey, who said that she was SA'd. And the game did not take anything that came out of the court seriously. So when the actual court case was scheduled, he did not show up. When the second case was scheduled, he did not show up. He did not answer or respond to any of the notices that were coming to him. And the judge gave a default judgment of $7.13 million to the accuser. Basically, because judges do not like for you to waste their time. The court is serious, and they feel like if somebody sent that paperwork to you, you better respond to it. Well, he didn't respond to it. He called it garbage, and he said he didn't give a damn what the girl did or what the judge gave her. So here's the situation. This man has had all kinds of garnishments on his royalties, on, projects that he had upcoming. He's been trying to hide things. And he was under the impression that his home, which is worth a little over $4 million, was protected under the Homestead Act. But as of today, child, the judge said, no, it's not protected. And you have been forced to sell it. The game lost his multi-million-dollar Calabasas estate. Can't give it to his kids, can't nothing, because a judge actually approved the sale to help satisfy the $7.13 million that was ordered to Priscilla Rainey. So, this is a lesson for people to learn. He attempted to shield his property through an LLC, and that didn't help him either. So just so y'all know, there's all kinds of tricks that people do to get out of paying out settlements. But the best thing to do is to go to court. That'd be the first thing. Actually show up, give your side, tell them what's going on, and then, follow whatever steps you need to follow. A lot of people actually sided with the game, saying that, they believed that the girl was not telling the truth. I don't know if that to be true or not, but I do know that he just didn't take anything seriously. And I guess he's going to take being homeless seriously, because damn, and he just had a baby with Evelyn Ladoza's daughter. So talk to me in the comments. Let me know what y'all think. We're moving on. So you guys, Martell Holt is in the news. This is actually, I first heard it on T from TV. Let me make sure I say that girl's name right. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. T from TV. That is correct. I don't want to miss say her name. Anyway, she had the documentation over there saying that Martell's court case, which was supposed to go down yesterday, this was supposed to be the make-up court case for the harassing communications because he wanted a jury trial. Okay, he was found guilty of harassing communications last year. That would have been May 2nd, 2024. And he was ordered 1 year probation. He actually made bail, a $500 bond. And I think there was a fine that he had to pay. Anyway, he does not want that on his record. So he asked for a jury trial. Today is May 6th. So I'm not sure if the probation was extended or not. And I'll tell you guys why in just a second. But we do know that he was initially supposed to have a court case back in October of 2024 to basically appeal his sentence. And he had it postponed or rescheduled for February of 2025. Turns out he had that case. And when February 2025 came, he had that case rescheduled for May 5th. Of 2025, and now it has been rescheduled for August. Okay, so he keeps pushing it back. Now, I said I wasn't sure if his probation was extended because back in 2024, either late November, early December, Martell did get in trouble for breaking his probation. He actually had contact Melody when that no contact order was in place, and she ended up going back in and letting the district attorney know. Anyway, he had wrote something up for the judge, and the judge did agree. So I'm not sure if Martell's probation was up as of May 1st or May 3rd of this year, but it could have actually been extended. And right now, there's also a family court case with Melody and Martell, where both of them have accused the other of violating the court-ordered custody agreement. So there is a lot of serious charges there. But Melody said that she did not want to move forward with that family court case until the criminal case happened first, because she wants to use the information from the criminal case in the family court case, which a lot of people would do and most likely agree with. So we shall see what happens next, but this is where they are. Y'all talk to me in the comments. I'm not sure if maybe the judge had to push it out or if there's something else that's going on, because you can only, from what I'm understanding, you can only reschedule a case as a lawyer so many times. Like, I think you get 3. You can't just keep pushing that case out and keeping it lingering. And there's a lot of money that's being paid to attorneys, child. A lot of money that's being paid to attorneys that's keeping this case in limbo. So y'all talk to me in the comments. Let me know what y'all think. And we're moving on to the next. All right, you guys. So let's talk about Miss Angela Oakley, okay? Listen, a lot of people are interviewing with her. She's the hottest commodity on RHOA. And she has real beef with Shamea. If y'all listen to the review I did for Sunday night's episode, I told y'all that Shamea actually hurt her more than Portia. Like, she expected Portia to be Portia. She wasn't expecting for Shamea to be Portia. And she actually talked about it in a recent interview when he said, listen, how did you come up with you got miles on your mouth, when she was talking to Britt Edie. And she said, listen, you got to be quick. I just happen to be from a very sarcastic family. And she said, me and Charles go at it all day. So she said, listen, if you got hit by a rock, just go on ahead and holler. A hit dog will holler. This is what else she had to say about it. Check this out.
Hey, I'm just throwing rocks and you get hit, holler. And
Angela, do you ever practice your zingers, your one-liners as a new housewife? Because, like, we've heard different things that, like, some housewives are just like that witty. Other housewives, we've heard rumors like they hire comedy writers or writers that come up with lines for shows. Are you just naturally like that, or do you have to, like, think about it, going into some moments where you know there's going to be some drama?
Think about it. Like, I didn't know she was going to invite me to her mouth. You know what I mean? Like, that's what all of the content is. Like, why would you invite me to your mouth? When she said, read the words that are coming, I'm like, what? Your mouth. Let's talk about it. No, you.
She said, your mouth. Let's talk about it, child. I howled when I heard that line. Anyway, so that was one of the things she said, just so you know. The other thing that she cleared up is she said, Charles does not have an outside baby, did not have an outside baby on her. She explained the whole thing, the way it went down with Wendy Williams. And she said Wendy Williams laid her the hell out. She said Wendy Williams was her idol. She was excited to see her at this party. She walks over to her and was like, girl, I know you and your husband are divorcing, but it doesn't have to be the end of the world. A baby doesn't have to break things up. And she said before she knew it, Wendy was flipping on her. And she said she can't blame her. She said, I would have done the same thing, but she was in fan mode and she didn't think about it. So she said she just ended up saying it. Wendy let her have it and went back on her TV show and accused Charles Oakley of being the one who had the side baby. But she said it was actually the father of her oldest daughter, who we all know she had shared on the show, was unalived. But she said if it wasn't for him being unalive. She said, I'd probably still be with him to this day, because she said she was in love with that man child. So that was some interesting tea. So she is still clearing up that rumor. She said it has haunted her, and that Charles, she said if Charles would have known that she was going to say that to Wendy before she did, she said he would have dragged her out of there because he don't like that kind of mess. Okay. But let's talk about what Miss Angela and Shamea has going on. I told y'all that they were into it with each other, and that that Angela said, listen, I expected more from Shamea. Shamea's a wife. I thought that she was going to, check her friend. Turns out she is a lapdog, or a puppet is how she referred to her. But let me show y'all what they have going on social media. So Shamea addressed Angela for basically saying, listen, at the end of the day, I expected more from you. I expected more from you. And that Shamea actually hurt her the most, because out of all the ladies there, she thought that her and Shamea would actually be better friends. But right now she says she doesn't have any allies on the show, okay? Angela Oakley said she has no allies on the show, not Cynthia, not Drew Sidora. She said Drew Sidora let her down too, because she said Drew Sidora was running when things got hot for her, when she was the main one, when, it all started because she was trying to protect Drew. So Drew said that, last episode, Drew said, you didn't help me. You didn't go to war for me. You shouldn't have done it, right? So anyway, this is what she had to say. Put this down, child. Shamea addressed it. She said, damned if I do, damned if I don't. I have learned the hard way that I need to mind my business. I apologize about laughing and my part in it. That's not my fight. If Angela can forgive the person that actually said it, which is Portia, then surely my laughter can and should be forgiven. I've never said that it was okay for her to say that. Furthermore, I don't have to publicly chastise people. I can hold them accountable privately. Bottom line, she's a grown woman and it's not my problem, not my fight. Okay, child. Shamea responded though. She said, listen, 73 messages in, baby. Shamea got right under there and said, if my memory serves me correctly, you didn't apologize for your part until Portia's event, which I accepted. And at the Bailey Q, you actually doubled down on what you said. And you said you didn't see anything wrong with your response, bringing up jokes about your uncle. Hence the end of the conversation. It's actually okay. I misjudged and had a higher expectation for you. Oh, okay. So she said, hence okay. I misjudged you, Shamea, and had a higher expectation for you. Again, I move different with my friends. It's perfectly fine. I now understand. Baby, when I tell y'all everything I have said about all of the episodes for this season of Real Housewives of Atlanta has been on point, I said people are putting way too much on Shamea. Let that girl just be. Everybody thinks that she should be different because she has money or whatever. I don't know, but that's not the case. And Shamea even said that's just not true. I am who I am, and I'm not going to buckle or fold for people. But I did ask y'all on my IG page, I did a poll, and I said, do you know anybody? Do you know someone who would have retaliated by saying the same thing Portia said, saying I would sleep with Charles? Okay, I should sleep with Charles in retaliation, because she did do it in retaliation of Angela saying, why did you steal that woman's husband? People forget that part, but it was a retaliation. 20% of y'all said, yes, my friends would do it. 40% of y'all said, I would have said it. Hell, she asked for it, basically saying y'all would have been Portia in that situation. And then 40% of y'all said absolutely not. So that's where it stands at the moment. Portia is not alone. 40% said they would have done the same thing. I said that Angela was poking the bear by going after Portia because the heat was on her. The heat was on her, and she just flipped the script and it rolled out. But, according to Shamea, she forgave Portia. So Why is she holding her feet to the fire? Y'all talk to me in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about all of the stories we discussed today. Okay. Don't forget to hit the like button, share the video, become a subscriber. Make sure your notification bells are on. I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me, and I'll check you on the next one.